This Acast podcast is sponsored by NetSuite. 36,000. The number of businesses which have upgraded to the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite by Oracle. 25. NetSuite just turned 25. That's 25 years of helping businesses streamline their finances and reduce costs. 1. Because your unique business deserves a customized solution, and that's NetSuite. Learn more when you download NetSuite's popular Key Performance Indicators checklist, absolutely free, at netsuite.com/tech. That's netsuite.com/tech.
On today's Smart 7, an explosion kills hundreds in Gaza, Putin heads to China, and lots more. It's Wednesday the 18th of October, it's World Menopause Day, and happy birthday, Zac Efron.
The Smart 7, it's news, but not the news.
An explosion at a hospital in Gaza on Tuesday evening has left up to 500 people dead, according to the Gaza Health Ministry. They're all claiming the Al Ali Arab Baptist Hospital was hit as the result of an Israeli airstrike. Israel says it was due to the misfire of a rocket by a group called Islamic Jihad and had a portion of the rocket hit the hospital. The deaths have led to protests in the streets of Gaza and 22 Arab nations as the UN have called for a ceasefire. It came as US President Joe Biden left the US to head to Israel. He was also due to travel to Amman to take part in a four-way summit with Jordan's King Abdullah alongside the Egyptian president and the president of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, but that has now been cancelled. Former chair of the Defence Select Committee, Tobias Elwood, says that the speed at which Joe Biden is heading into the middle of the conflict is hugely significant.
The president's visit allows a pause, a recognition that we need an emergency plan of security, humanitarian aid, and, of course, of governance as well.
Former Israeli ambassador to the UK and senior advisor Mark Regev says no matter what happens, Israel is preparing to permanently remove Hamas from Gaza.
We are not ignoring the after-the-war reality, but let's be clear. The reality we have today with Hamas is a very unpleasant reality. Just as ISIS was defeated, we will defeat Hamas.
Russia's President Putin arrived in Beijing on Tuesday as part of a planned summit with Chinese leader Xi Jinping. China is hosting leaders of 130 different countries this week as part of its Belt and Road Initiative. That's China's massive global infrastructure project, which is focused on the development in the global south. Also attending is Hungary's far-right Prime Minister Viktor Orban, who met with Putin on Tuesday. The Russian president sees Hungary as a crucial ally for Russia within the EU.
In today's geopolitical conditions, the opportunities for maintaining contacts and developing relations are very limited. Nevertheless, one cannot but be pleased that with many countries in Europe, our relations are being preserved and are developing. One of these countries is Hungary.
Ukraine claimed successful long-range strikes on Tuesday, destroying Russian helicopters at 2 bases within the occupied territories. It's the first apparent use of the American-made ATACMS missiles. It comes as Major General Rupert Jones says Russia appears to be struggling to generate any battlefield momentum.
The Russians have mounted really their biggest offensive of the year. They're playing it down, but in the Donetsk area they are mounting attacks. They're not making much headway, but they are certainly making a bit of a concerted push.
The SNP wrapped up its annual party conference on Tuesday in Aberdeen with new leader Humza Yousaf making his first address to the membership. It's been a tough few weeks for the SNP, with Labour winning the by-election in Rotherglen and Hamilton West and putting real pressure on the party in the general election polling. His strategy has been to announce a freeze in council tax next year, while also adding millions to the health budget in a bid to be seen as the party who is fighting for Scottish people. The council tax freeze sparked a row with the SNP's coalition partners, the Scottish Greens, but Humza was staying focused on winning in Scotland and pushing for independence.
People want to know who has a plan to make Scotland a fairer, a more prosperous country. If the SNP want to continue to be trusted by the people of Scotland, and if we want to take them on our journey to independence, then we need to show them that we have the answers to these questions.
Donald Trump reappeared in New York on Tuesday as his civil trial on fraud charges continued. He's been accused of inflating the values of his various properties to secure bank loans, and the court has heard testimony from the Trump Organization's chief financial officer and company accountants that sounded pretty damning. Trump, however, continues to rant about New York Attorney General Letitia James and has been busy claiming his Mar-a-Lago estate is one of the most valuable private homes in the world, with a Trump valuation of $1.5 billion. He seems quite offended that anyone is questioning the value of his real estate portfolio.
We worked hard with my family, and my children are involved in this, and they don't deserve to be involved in this. This is a witch hunt by a radical lunatic attorney general that shouldn't be allowed to be an attorney general. She's horrible.
Still coming this morning, 7, Brittany drops bombshells and England head for the Euros.
Right after this. Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
New activation and upfront payment for 3-month plan required. Taxes and fees extra. Additional restrictions apply. See mintmobile.com for full terms.
Welcome back.
Tuesday night saw Euro 2024 qualifying action. England faced Italy at Wembley and they won 3-1 with 2 goals from Harry Kane and 1 from Marcus Rashford. That sees them qualified for Euro 2024 even before next month's game with Malta. Manager Gareth Southgate was a happy man.
They're incredible to work with, I have to say. So hungry, so eager to learn, so together. And you saw that in the performance tonight. We talked before the game about the mentality being the biggest thing in these big matches, and maybe you've got to come through setbacks, but whatever, you've got to be relentless, and I thought the performance was relentless tonight.
If you're planning a Christmas present for the Britney fan in your life, you better get moving and pre-order Miss Spears' new memoir, which is called The Woman in Me. It hits bookshops or Kindles next Tuesday, and it's set to be pretty explosive, with TMZ already reporting that while dating Justin Timberlake back in 2000, Britney became pregnant and they both decided to have an abortion. The big question is who else is in the book, and it's making Hollywood nervous. Jimmy Kimmel wanted to know if Christina Aguilera is hoping to be in it.
I don't know. Am I hoping? I mean, I'm hoping that, everything is all good with her and everything's beautiful. So, I think the future should be celebrated. And
sure.
Yes.
If you had to choose between being in it and not being in it.
They were the ... dots that were heard around the world. Yes, it's the Wagatha Christie story, which saw Colleen Rooney accuse Rebecca Vardy of selling stories about her to the press. That led to a libel action on the trial, which gave us the immortal phrase ... It was Rebecca Vardy's account. There's already been a Vardy version of events, but Colleen is just about to drop her side of things. She'd been filming this documentary all through the trial, and now we get to go inside it as the real Wagatha story drops on Disney Plus today.
Someone on my personal account was informing the Sun newspaper of my private posts and stories. I thought, I'm going to do something about it.
This is a detective story. You never find the person responsible with a smoking gun in her hand. She was going to lose her trial.
I needed evidence. I had to set a trap.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
This Acast podcast is sponsored by NetSuite. 36,000. The number of businesses which have upgraded to the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite by Oracle. 25. NetSuite just turned 25. That's 25 years of helping businesses streamline their finances and reduce costs. 1. Because your unique business deserves a customized solution, and that's NetSuite. Learn more when you download NetSuite's popular Key Performance Indicators checklist, absolutely free, at netsuite.com/tech. That's netsuite.com/tech.